Hello, everyone, and welcome to Classic Sitcoms Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I ask you to please subscribe and please share these out on your Facebook page. Appreciate it. Today's video is on some fascinating facts about Gilligan's Island. Let's check it out. The original castaways included two secretaries. The pilot episode differed greatly from the final product. Most notably, the characters included two secretaries and a high school teacher. As the wildly different theme song announced, the pilot titled Marooned was so different. It was not aired at the time, though it eventually hit television in 1992. Jerry Van Dyke turned down the role of Gilligan. Van Dyke turned down an offer to play Gilligan in '64 because he didn't want to be part of an ensemble cast. The younger Van Dyke brother wanted to replicate the success of his older brother Dick and have his own TV show. Jane Mansfield, Carol O'Connor, and Dabney Coleman were also almost castaways as well. Can you imagine Archie Bunker as the skipper? Raquel Welch as Ginger? It almost happened. The flag in the opening credits is at half-mast because of Kennedy's assassination. The pilot was filmed in 1963. On the final day of production in Hawaii, the cast and crew learned of JFK's assassination. It's a small and subtle reminder of the historical incident seen on the series in the opening credits of the first season as the minnow pulls out of the harbor and the United States flag can be seen flying at half-mast. The skipper's real name was Jonas Grumby, and he served with JFK and McHale. His character's name, Jonas Grumby, is mentioned in the pilot, though it is hardly uttered ever again. Speaking of JFK, the postmodern 2003 novel Gilligan's Wake, which is most officially tied to the show, crafts a backstory for the skipper that explains that he served on a PT with both Kennedy and Quentin McHale, McHale's Navy. It may not be official, but I'd like to believe it. Gilligan's first name is Willie. Yep, Gilligan has a first name, and it's not Gilligan. According to Sherwood Schwartz, it is Willie. Charles Maxwell has an uncredited voice on the radio. Castaways are constantly turning into the news with their portable radio. The announcer heard is the voice of Charles Maxwell, a veteran character actor who appeared on Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Lawman, Rawhide, and The Rifleman. The Wellingtons also appeared as the Mosquitoes on the show. Though their take on the theme song was no longer being used, Wellingtons did get to physically appear on the show in the second season episode, Don't Bug the Mosquitoes, when they washed up as the Beatles parody, The Mosquitoes. The childless Howells suddenly have a son in the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. It is told in the original series that Lovey and Thurston produced no offspring. However, in the third and final and kind of nutsy reunion movie, The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island, Thurston Howell IV, David Rupert, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry, is included in the cast. This was due to the poor health of Jim Backus, though the original Thurston did put forth a valiant effort to briefly appear in his weakened state. Martin Landau and Barbara Bain last appeared together in the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. While I'm on the topic of that goofy TV movie, which was really goofy, there's another one. The married duo of Landau and Bain, who appeared together on Mission Impossible and Space 1999, co-starred in the basketball crossover. Sherwood Schwartz also made a Western knockoff of Gilligan's Island called Dusty's Trail. After Gilligan's Island, Schwartz hit the jackpot again with the Brady Bunch. However, the third time was not a charm. In '74, the creator-producer attempted to recreate Gilligan's Island in a Wild West setting. The result was Dusty's Trail, which also starred Bob Denver, along with Forrest Tucker of F Troop. The wagon train also included a rich couple, a brainiac, a farm girl, and a bombshell. Show tanked after one season. The location of the island is 250 miles southeast of Hawaii, probably. Just where is the island exactly? Three somewhat specific locations were given throughout the 3 seasons. In X marks the spot, the island's position is said to be approximately 140 degrees latitude by 10 degrees longitude, which are impossible coordinates. Later in the episode, Big Man on a Little Stick, their position is stated as approximately 110 longitude and 10 degrees latitude. Assuming that to be a negative 110, that would put the island way off Mexico's Pacific coast. Finally, and it's a bird, it's a plane, the U.S. Navy spots Gilligan flying over the island on a jetpack. They give the location as 250 miles south of Hawaii. So 10 degrees latitude, negative 140 degrees longitude would make the most sense for that location. Alan Hale Jr. played a chef named Gilligan on Batman. In the episode The Og and I, featuring Vincent Price's Egghead, the police chief enters a diner and sidles up to the counter. The cook comes out, and it's Alan Hale. The chief says to him, "Right, Gilligan, one large milk and a hot pastrami." There were 2 cartoon spinoffs. One was set in outer space. Cartoons based on popular sitcoms were quite popular in the 70s. As I mentioned above, Gilligan's Island spawned 2 separate shows, the latter of which sent the castaways into space. Gilligan's Planet, which lasted a mere 13 episodes, would end up being the final Saturday morning cartoon ever produced by the legendary Filmation studio, as the company shifted to producing syndicated content afterwards. And that's all I got for you on that. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have not yet, please subscribe. Please share these out. And don't forget to subscribe over at Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia if you want to join in on the fun of the contest coming up as soon as we get 1,000 subscribers. It's great that you're all here. I love it. Have a great day. God bless. And I'll be praying for you.